So I was curious to see how everyone is collecting payment from cash call customers, whether you take payment up front 100% before you even start your truck, if you take payment when you arrive before the service, or if you're taking payment after the service is completed. I just got a call from a lady that's 33 miles away, 45-minute drive for me. I told her, payment up front because it's a long drive basically. She felt weird about it, so I said we at least need a deposit. And the deposit, I decide based on how much I'm comfortable with getting paid. If I drive all the way out there and she's not there, can't find her, she's not answering the phone, whatever I'm comfortable with getting paid just for the drive, no service or anything. I used to just go out there and then collect payment after the service is completed, but you get people that the credit card declines, I thought I had cash, but I don't, or some people call 3 or 4 different companies. Whoever gets there first, they pay. Everyone else, they don't even bother to call and cancel. That's happened to me. It's been a while because I collect payment up front. But you can't. I'm not making a 45-minute drive, putting all these miles on my truck, burning my gas, wasting my time for, especially if it's a jump start or spare tire change. The chances are, like, if this lady's in a Walmart parking lot and she's sitting there with her hood up, she just needs a jump. The chances of someone jump starting her before I get there are pretty high. So I need to make sure that I'm at least getting paid for my time and gas. And if they don't want to pay the full amount up front, I tell them, well, look, we require a deposit. We just want to make sure if we get out there and you're not there, or you decide to cancel when we're pulling up, I want to make sure at least that we can pay our guy for his time to go out there and pay the gas in the truck. Most of the time people are okay with that. They understand when you break it down to them like that. Some people are just not comfortable with it, which is fine. But I kind of gauge it. If they're 10 minutes away and they don't want to pay over the phone, I say, okay, no problem. Just pay when I arrive, or pay the technician when he gets there before service. And you kind of gauge it on a case-by-case basis. But you got to think, I'm burning gas, I'm burning time, I'm putting miles on my truck. So if it's 10 minutes away, worst case, they're not there, it's not that big a deal. I drove, 7 miles or whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But for calls, especially if it's out of area, I need to get paid up front. I'm not driving an hour or whatever, and then I get there and you're not there, or you got the tire changed on your own, or whatever it may be. But again, it's a case-by-case basis depending on what the service is, where they're at, who it is. You can kind of tell over the phone. If they're one of those people that's calling around a bunch of companies, you can kind of feel them out sometimes. And you just kind of got to be smart so you don't get screwed over, but at the same time, you don't want to lose calls. So I think the deposit thing is a good middle ground between taking payment over the phone up front, or waiting until after the service is completed. I also, if you're using like Square or QuickBooks or anything like that for your card payments, something that I started doing is years ago, but invoicing. So if someone doesn't want to give you a card number over the phone, it's more inconvenient for you, and people feel weird about it. So I understand. I tell them, you can either pay over the phone, I can give me the card number, and as soon as the payment goes through, you'll get a receipt. Or I can just send you a link and you can pay using a link online. You'll get a receipt instantly, and then I'll tell them, my name, business name, and usually people can tell the difference between a legit company and a scam. I understand people aren't going to want to give their card numbers over the phone. I don't like doing it, but you got to think, when you call a pizza place or a Chinese food or whatever, you're giving them your card number over the phone, and that pizza guy can take your card number and start swiping away or buying stuff online or whatever. So that's why I think your online presence is very important. Your Google reviews, your Facebook page, Instagram, website, all that stuff goes into account. When someone's online and they're like, am I going to give my phone number or my credit card number to 247roadside.com that doesn't have any pictures? It's all generic, pictures from Google or whatever, and they don't have a Google My Business listing. They don't have any reviews or anything like that. But if your business is legit website, legit Instagram, Google My Business with a bunch of good reviews, you can kind of tell them, look, I understand you're weird about giving your credit card number over the phone, but if you look online, again, we're not going to stake our reputation, because you can just turn around and put us on blast on Facebook, or leave us a bad Google review, and it's not worth whatever $100 or whatever we're going to get from you to ruin our reputation online. So I just want to know, how are you guys doing it? If you're doing roadside or towing, mobile tires, whatever, do you take payment before you even start your truck? Do you take payment once you get on scene, before you touch the vehicle, or do you take payment at the very end after service is rendered? I just want to know how you guys are doing it. If you have any experiences with taking payments a certain way that worked for you, just let me know.